We had been there on the island for a while. I mean, I'm a pretty positive guy, but even I began to get down. We were so hungry, tired. I've lost all hope. I've never felt so alone in my life. Hours turned to days, days into weeks.
Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say, here comes the boom, ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Boom, here comes the boom, ready or not. How you like me now?
By this point, I was really sick. I probably lost like 10 pounds. But anyways, we were able to put together this village a little bit in the forest, and we got together for meals sometimes, and I was hanging out with Tony a little bit.
I'm a fixer. I would stay up all night trying to think of ways to fix it. In the end, I just really wanted to go home.
I was starting to feel hopeless. I had gotten sick and needed medication, but we had none.
I began to go down the coast. There were sharp rocks, and there were fish.
Even I had to admit, being all alone wasn't going to work. I had to come out every once in a while to get some food and maybe some fish.
While Sean fished, I normally spent the days in the forest looking at the wreckage. The jungle was deep and dangerous, and I never really knew what was out there.
Josh, so dumb. Rule number 1, no going into the jungle alone.
Angela and I built this little shack from branches and wreckage, and we were looking forward to our first home. I mean, all I wanted to do was to keep her happy, but how can she be happy out here?
I was getting really worried about sun exposure. We didn't have any sunscreen, and some people were pretty pale, like Angela. She was so pale, I was just like trying to take care of her the most.
I was making many friends. Everyone seemed to be thankful for the fish. At night, I would tell stories about growing up in India.
Sean would tell these stories about how he grew up in India. I wish he'd just shut his mouth so he could sleep.
In the mornings, I would walk around on shore, just exploring and stuff. But we had no record of what time of day it was, or even what week it was.
I began growing this beard. Josh was so jealous because he can't grow one.
Then the strangest thing happened one day. I heard a ring. It sounded like a cell phone in the jungle.
I heard it too. It wasn't like Mike was going all crazy. It was loud, chaotic, like a ringer tone.
We all began to get so excited for the first time after the storm. We all kind of united. We were just searching for that ring. Then it just shut off. It was silent. We looked around for another hour or so for it, but then we all just turned back to shore, totally defeated.
The cell phone rang again. I looked up, and there it was in a branch. Good thing I had my glasses.
I recognized that phone. It was mine. It was lodged up in a tree. So I climbed up and flipped it open. Weird thing is, there's no service. But it said I had a text message.
How did it not run out of batteries all this time?
There's no way there's cell service here. And how did the phone even survive the crash? And how did it end up in that tree?
Read the message already!
I flipped the phone open and read it to myself. I was so speechless. It said, I know where you are. You will get off the island.
Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot. Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot.
Oh, alright, here we go. I'm Whitney!
Angela.
The turkey.
I would say, really, Sean? Sean, do I really sound like a man? Yeah, you sound sick. Let's go.
Side of the coast, down the coastal land, I was fishing, and there were tide pools. I was making many friends. Except Peter. Everyone seemed to be thankful for the fish. Like that, Peter? Making many friends. I was making many friends. We heard it ring again. I looked up. There was the branches. I looked and I had my glasses. I'm a star.